After a fantastic showing for the Eagles last time, our Rams put together probably one of our worst games of the season, losing 49-8, though we did see, I would say, a breakout game from Johnson and a little bit of some better play from Stetson Bennett over Stafford. So as we have been starting off all of these episodes with more roster moves, I expect to do more of the same today. So as we jump over to the free agent pool here, where can we find some guys to bring in? Julio Jones, we could bring in. He would be a higher overall than anyone that we do currently have, and he does have the mentor tag. So I feel like we might end up going Julio's way for a guy on the outside. Johnson, I do want to keep on the inside, and then the rookie, Nakua, I think was his name. He has that release. We can put him on the outside. Julio could help mentor him at that spot, and then we can make a trade for both of our top guys, probably just releasing Washington as we signed him. So let's bring in the vet in Julio. As for the outside linebackers who currently do not have a mentor, Bruce Irvin could be a decent guy for us to bring in. 35 years old, might retire after this year. 69 overall, so is not going to be a starter, but could actually come in and do somewhat of a job for us. So I think that will be a decent spot for us to start off with. And even for the middle linebackers, though I don't think we necessarily need the mentor, we could definitely use a guy like Jamie Collins. Both of our starting linebackers are on the younger side, and he could help us out, provide us a little bit of some run stopping ability. So we'll at least bring in him. Essentially, just like I mentioned last episode, just trying to bring in some mentors to help fill some roles, perhaps. JPP could be interesting on the outside, actually, but I would like just to have that mentor on roster. And the bottom of the roster definitely isn't going to be helping us out, so I think we could lose some of those guys. Now, at corner, this was a spot I would really like to find some speed. And there is, some speed here, just as finding guys who could actually help out with that speed. And here's an interesting player in Kelvin Joseph, 6'1", 192, played at Kentucky. He's in his third year, slightly more zone, does have some press ability. Maybe someone we could kind of build around a little bit here, so why not? Let's bring in Joseph. And here's another corner that does look really interesting in Trayvon Mullen Jr. Well balanced, but comes in with a lot of press ability, does have some speed, has some catching ability as well. And he's only 25 years old, though he's already in his 5th season. I think that would be a great addition for us at corner. And I feel like for our mentor at this position, he's probably not going to start much. If anything, maybe could be a slot guy in Janoris Jenkins. Honestly, good cover ratings, just the speed is lacking at this point, but going for that mentor tag, we're going to be bringing in Jenkins. So starting at receiver to thin out this group, I think we're to see if anyone does have any interest in Van Jefferson. So let's add him to a trade menu here, see if there's any offers that come in, and there's one offer from the Bills to bring in Brandon Snell. So I don't feel like that would help us out at all. So I feel like here it's just going to honestly end up being a cut for Van Jefferson because no one really wants him. There's other guys in free agency who are higher overall. So Van Jefferson is going to end up getting released. We will save at least a little bit of cap space, though, again, we're not in any sort of cap trouble right now. And James Washington didn't really do enough to impress us in his couple weeks here, so we will be releasing him. At middle linebacker, with the addition of Jamie Collins, we will go ahead and move Jack Gibbons. And I would like to send him to the practice squad, so let's do that. And we will do a similar thing here with Daniel Hardy. As there's another rookie with the same overall, let's stick with the rookies on the team and we'll move the slightly older player in his 2nd year to the practice squad. And I think with the addition of all the other corners that we did bring in, Witherspoon, I didn't plan on keeping him around after this year, so we'll just go ahead and make that cut now. And then these bottom 2 corners, I think both of them need to go to the practice squad as well. And with us being a little bit light at receiver, I do think we need to bring in a guy, and that's going to be Amari Rodgers. So it's going to be a little bit of a depth slot guy for us, but also potentially, I feel like he could play a little bit of some running back. So maybe we also get him involved in some jet sweeps. He's actually not a good kick returner. surprising. But yeah, we might get him involved in some interesting ways as we move along. But for now, we did need that depth at receiver. And with our last roster move, we're going to send Warren McClendon, a rookie offensive lineman, to the practice squad. And that will get us to our 53. So now, as we move on to the game, finally, against the Cardinals, this team really poorly built, just as we have been. So this is our best opportunity of seeing this team succeed. So fingers crossed as we jump on in. Now let's get this divisional battle underway. As Prater boots us off, we have Hodges Tomlinson back to return, and apparently we're going to do a little hop before taking it out of the end zone. Told to take a knee, but apparently we're going to start at the 17 instead. For the first start for Bennett, we saw him have a pretty solid game last week with the offensive passing attack actually coming slightly into fruition, if you will, though it's still nothing to be super impressed about. But obviously, with some of the changes made, again, to the roster, we now have Julio as well. So hopefully just in general, this offense will start to move a little bit better. Play one, though, a loss of one. And we are missing our best offensive lineman in Isaiah Wynn over at left tackle, as he had a shoulder strain in practice. So already an offensive line that didn't produce all too well, struggling, but we have a wide open receiver once again, Johnson, as he's trying to outrun Buda Baker, who bumps him out at the 14. Johnson had his breakout game last week and already a massive game so far. And you can't understate how good of a throw that actually was for Bennett on the run. The rookie put it on his receiver as we try to go out wide. Great flow there from Barnes. Well, at least net us a gain of 2, as we'll stick with the run-heavy look here. Going with a cut back to that left-hand side, Akers will pick up another yard. But that leaves us with 7 more needed on third down, as we're down to the 11. Look for a little bit of some play action. We're going to roll out. We could find Johnson in the back corner, but a really athletic play there from Jones. I thought that was going to be a for sure touchdown. Bennett looked just as disappointed as I was, but we'll send out the field goal unit, and for possibly the first time this series, we will end our first offensive drive with points. So while it might not seem like a lot, that's already a massive improvement from what we've seen, as we already almost have the same amount of points we had from the entire game last time. Now in this one, Kyler Murray is healthy for the Cardinals, so we'll have to try to keep an eye out on him. In addition, they did also sign Zeke, so he'll be one of their running backs. And we'll just see how well this Cardinals team is able to move. As it's Zeke on play 1, nice run stop. Zeke is coming off of about 100-yard game. As they have 2nd and 8 after the 2-yard gain on first down. Will be a pass this time. Murray to the outside will find Ertz for the first down and will end up kind of tripping. I think Mullen will get credit for that tackle. Now, with all the additions that we had of the veteran mentors, we're not looking to start them right now, but depending on how these games go, that could change, as another trip for one of the receivers will be a short gain. But a lot of the younger guys are all out there starting, so 2 new corners starting for us today, and we'll hopefully see some better coverage, as it's a run and going to be another first down. Elliott, a bad angle from Fuller, as Durant, the guy with probably the least amount of tackling ability on this team, gets the stop. And I'm only saying that because of his actual tackle rating, which is, I want to say, is down in the 30s. So for him to get that tackle in open field, I'll take it. Though Zeke, not who he used to be. With a run to the outside, that looks more like the tackle ability I thought we would see. Murray will get the stop at the 13. So the Cardinals moving from a variety of different looks, but nothing splashy. And that one gets swatted down by Seiler, though I'm not sure if he meant to do it. Could very well just be the height of Kyler Murray coming into effect there. This will be a spread wide set. Kyler looking to scramble. Murray in pursuit of Murray gets picked up by the receiver, and Kyler scrambles for the touchdown. Cardinals go on top. Well, as Bennett and this offense head back out. Let's hope that we can find the plays we need without having to rely on what very much could have just been a lapse in coverage. Though once again, we're going to find Johnson, that time a beautifully thrown ball from Bennett, and it will be another first down, this time just past midfield. So as it seems so far, it was Stafford who was surprisingly holding this team back. Bennett actually opening up the passing game as Akers bursts through the gap, picking up the first down to the 35. And so far, we haven't even gone Julio's way, who does go out there. He's one of the veterans who is starting. He's on the left side here as we stick with the heavy set. Gonna have to move out of the pocket. Akers will stay, and not a smart play there from Bennett. He thought the linebacker was gonna come down to get him, find Akers after, but instead Ojulari gets the pick, and it's just another one in the lines of horribly bad plays that we've seen. Especially when you take into account the fact that Bennett could have just turned up the sideline there, maybe even got the first down. Well, it's going to be the Cardinals' ball. Good fill there from Fuller, as an offensive lineman, DJ Humphrey, is a bit shaken up for the Cards. He'll head to the locker room holding that left forearm. Maybe that'll help out our defensive line? We'll find out. We struggle with injuries ourselves along that defensive line. It's going to be a quick throw to Ertz. No, not Ertz. That's McBride, actually. He will net them a couple yards, leaving 3rd and 7. I would love to get the stop here for this defense. I don't even know the last time we got a stop early on in the game, and we actually did get the knockaway. That's going to be a highlight. Put that on the shorts. Fuller swats the ball away with an open Rondale Moore. We're celebrating the little things in this game as we'll take over with a chance to take a lead. Most games this season, by the time we've come out for our second or third drive, we've already been down multiple scores. That's not the case here, as a jumbled up mess will net us about 2 yards. And I'm sure while Akers wants to get some carries and be a main guy for us, I'm sure he's definitely liking the addition that this passing game is kind of bringing. However, he gets rocked from behind by Collins on that one. So on 3rd and 8, let's spread wide here, change things up a little bit, and see if we can find ourselves a first down. Hard count, no one jumps. They'll drop all but 4 back into coverage. Bennett will have his man, and it's just behind Johnson as Cam Akers shaken up. Plus, we have to punt away. Well, that 3rd down really couldn't have been much worse for us. Only a turnover really could have made it worse, as the Cards have an opportunity to widen their lead. They'll head out with 2 receivers off to the right, 1 to the left, under center Kyler, who is making some form of a check here. Whether it's an audible or hot route, not quite sure, and they will actually hook up with more that time for 4 yards. And early indications for the Cam Akers injury is not good. He's actually headed to the locker room, originally started at the sideline in that blue tent, but they needed to take a further look as Ertz does barely pick up the first down there. So as we move forward in this game, we're going to have to rely a little bit more on the rookie running back out of Auburn. Well, him and Stetson Bennett hopefully will get this offense moving, as there's a decent run stop there from Jones, who also had to fight off the blocker. Hopefully adding that veteran presence in that group is just going to help these guys develop a little bit more, as it's a heavy look here going right back to Zeke down the middle, bouncing off of a couple different guys and picking up the first. As well as getting into it a little bit there with our outside linebacker in Bonito, one of the guys we traded for last week. As we're going to try to send a little bit of a blitz here. Gonna work out well, as I believe that's one of the new starters from the slot getting the stop at the line of scrimmage. Credit that tackle to Joseph as we have a 2nd and 10. Empty look for Kyler Murray, as he'll go to the outside. Fuller with a bad angle. Cleaned up by Murray, but a first down for Brown. But one nice thing that we're seeing with the new additions at corner is that we actually can play a little bit of some press. That's something we really weren't able to do the first couple games, as Adebo gets his first pick. If he could outrun this offense, mostly Kyler Murray, it might be a pick 6, and indeed it will. Adebo diving into the end zone. Our first defensive touchdown of this series goes from a trade and from a guy from one of my favorite colleges, Paulson Adebo. Just sat lurking in that underneath coverage. Kyler tried to find Ertz. Great play from the young corner. And to make matters even better for us, I'm pretty sure this is the first second quarter lead we've had. Obviously going to need our defense to continue making plays as they did on that last drive. But it's now 10-7 Rams in front as we take on a divisional rival. Now again, this was a team I mentioned several times at the top as really poor tackling attempt there from Jones. But the Cardinals are also a really poorly built team. So we should be able to at least make things interesting in this one with a quick throw out of the hands of Brown. Plus he takes the hit. Mullen just there on the quick slant. One of the new guys once again is we're going to go with the corner blitz here on 3rd and 1. Though they do go with the pass, and actually catching it this time is more. The one position group that we haven't seen anything much of from this game is the defensive line. Looking for someone up there to make a play and call for it. We almost get it. Brandon Williams not able to make the play, and the young outside linebacker Bonito, who we just traded for, clutching that wrist as he heads for the locker room. Now that is the position group. We have a lot of young guys that we're trying to develop, so Young will come in for him and see if he could get anything going. Pass to the outside, just shucked off Zeke. That guy stood no chance. And with that first down from Zeke, they'll stay spread. See if we can bring Joseph off the edge once again. They go with a quick slant. Brown holds onto it that time. Still taking a good hit, though. And on 2nd and 1. Sticking with a spread look, though they do go to Zeke with a pulling guard to help lead the way. Another first down gain, but another offensive lineman shaken up. This time Rodney Hudson for the Cards. A lot of injuries in this one as he limps off the field. So it might just end up becoming a game of whoever has the most amount of healthy players, as a lot of guys have been dropping. 1st and 10. Pass to the outside. They set up the tight end screen, and Ertz, fighting, will get the first down. And for the first time in quite a while, Kyler Murray's going to head out under center with 2 tight ends to the left. They go with a stretch to the outside. We have a couple guys there. Jones not able to get the tackle. A late hit there from Durant. Luckily, no flag comes in. But there was at least good pursuit there from the young linebacker. Just need to see that a little bit more often as they have once again another pull. But a great play that time by the veteran in Williams. Gets the stop at the line. Now on 3rd and 8, we just have to get that final stop. At least allow just a field goal attempt would tie this game up. About 2 minutes left before halftime. As Kyler looking to step up, he has the space, will pick up the first down to the 2. Linebackers and even secondary guys have to learn on that to just go ahead and collapse. With his ability, I'd rather him try to pop a pass over the top of someone than just take the easy yards. There's a great tackle from Young. Just take off the ankles of Zeke. Guess he's watched some tapes and, well, knows where Zeke has his trouble areas. As it'll be a 2nd and goal. Murray scrambling out, outrunning Hoach, and it will be a touchdown. Cardinals will take a lead here inside the 2-minute warning. So as we head out, Stetson Bennett, 1:32, all 3 timeouts as we start in shotgun. We're going to motion over the tight end, see if he could leak out to that right-hand side with a little bit of some play action. Well, they actually cover that pretty well. Dump it off, and it's picked off by Thompson. In pursuit, DeGuara dives, can't get there. Will be a pick 6. Had a guy further open downfield, and that was probably the better throw to go with. Cardinals will widen their lead 2 scores. The silver lining is the fact that only took off like 6-7 seconds from the play clock, so hopefully we can try to find something as we end up going deep here and overthrowing the rookie. 1:19, still the 3 timeouts, though we need to at least get some amount of yardage here. As why was Johnson just sitting over at the sideline and not running the route he should have been running? Bennett only 2 completed passes so far today. Definitely not what we were looking for, and with us now not having Akers, definitely not what we need. We'll hand this one off Williams, who will find some space down the middle and close to a first down and a timeout called from the Cardinals. Leaving us with a 4th and 3 at the 32. We're winless on the season, so might as well try to go for it here. Pick up a first down. From shotgun, right across the middle, going to find Johnson, who does get hit pretty well there from 16, but holds on to it. We'll go into a little bit of a hurry up. Maybe a little bit of some play action. We'll buy some time to send some guys deep. Or they'll actually cover it really well. We'll throw out barely in time, and the ball will hit the ground. Definitely doesn't appear like we're winning a lot of these one-on-ones downfield, so potentially need to look for more of some crossing patterns and just use, well, guys in front of people to set guys free. Johnson should have been gone there. Those are the kind of plays we need, and not the kind of plays we could afford to not be converting, as we have a 3rd and 10, 40 seconds left. Going to the outside, a beautiful switch there from the corners. Will be another pick, and will be a pick 6 after we can't tackle Jones. This game was close, but no longer. And after the Cardinals tack on an 18-point lead late in that second quarter, we'll finally hit halftime. We were doing really well, and then that last half of that quarter, so you do the math there, just straight downhill as we look around the league, just hoping we find other teams who are doing just as poorly as we are. As the Seahawks upset the Bengals, sending them to 5-1, giving them their first loss. Second matchup, Patriots taking on the Raiders. It is a closer game. Raiders up 14-3, Patriots 1-4 on the year, and that was one team I was considering doing. But obviously we went with a harder challenge, and that it definitely is. As for the last game, 49ers with a big win over the Browns, 35-13. And the fun part is, we're kicking off to start this second half, so the Cardinals, who grabbed that 18-point lead late, will have a chance to make that 25. Though they can largely grant that lead to their defense. Their offense was a little bit hit or miss that first half. They did have some good drives and were able to get some things going. With a quick pass to the outside, they will find Dortch, who will pick up about 8. Kyler is 13 of 17 on the day, having a, decent start. He's also scrambled the ball a little bit, 1 rushing touchdown in there, as he's making some audibles here on 3rd and short. With a quick throw underneath, will find Brown first down. I don't think they've really tried to take the top off of this defense yet, and with that new speed that we've brought in, might be a reason why. Big hit coming in there for Jones. Keeps it 2nd and inches. And with it being such a short distance, I would expect him to go Elliott's way, so let's bring the blitz down the middle. It's actually a play-action pass. Murray looking to scramble. Durant will get the stop, but after the first down is gained. He at least did a pretty good job in the quarterback spy. But first down, just shy of midfield. Split backfield, will be another pass once again. Murray actually going to look to scramble this time. Going out wide, here comes Murray to make Murray slide. But if we're to get ourselves back into this one, we're definitely going to need our defense to, one, get the stops, but also some turnovers would be nice, as that's a beautifully timed throw from Murray, finding more. And with that fresh set of downs, down to the 14, it's an empty look. As we'll continue to send guys across the middle, we bump one guy off, and they will still find more. And an injury to Byron Young, who already came in for an injured outside linebacker edge rusher. He's at least just headed to the sideline. Hopefully he can come back in. We're running light. And that definitely, for some reason, messed with our depth chart, because now it has Hoach coming in on the outside as JPP gets absolutely destroyed on the read option. There was another guy just standing there watching the play, and Kyler Murray has his 2nd rushing touchdown, making it a 25-point game. Injuries for us definitely stacking up in this one, as we've already lost Cam Akers as well as a couple other starters over on defense. Went into this game missing one of our starting tackles, and, well, it's not like we're playing with the best guys to begin with. So a long road ahead of us in this one, as we are down 25 points with a whole half to play, as we're going to have to try to roll out here. Nothing to throw to, we'll just have to throw it away. Bennett is 3 of 17 with 3 interceptions, and those interceptions honestly haven't been all too good, though. He's not really getting help from anywhere, as we're going to loft this one up. Johnson, that one's a good pass. He'll get the first down, crossing midfield to the 45. And so far today, we've just been able to find those crossing routes. Not much in just one-on-one strict, well, run ability, as nowhere to go here. We'll throw it out late. We do have a receiver in the area. Though I do have to remember, we need to get the running game involved a little bit here. And we could try to do it with a little bit of some RPO. Hand this one off Williams, who will pick up some yards, leaving us with 6 yards on 3rd. And they'll bring down Budda Baker on that right-hand side. Looking for a pass, potentially Max Williams across the middle, though they cover that one really well. Gonna have to roll out once again and throw away once again. But with us finally in plus territory, let's try to go for it here on 4th and 6. So as we send some slant routes, wait for them to try to develop, get this one out to Williams, who gets the catch, but the stretch is not gonna get the job done. Collins forces a turnover on down. So while that drive was better for the offense, we're still not quite getting the job done. We're gonna have to rely on this defense to even have the possibility of getting us back into this game. Pass out wide will be caught. Not first down. My bad. Connor picks up 7 on the catch. I'm so used to them getting first downs at this point, or any team. So it's just first instinct as they do make an audible here, just slightly flipping the formation. No, they move Ertz down. 2nd and 3, passes setting up for across the middle, but instead Murray looks to scramble, outrunning everyone. One last guy, and he just dips underneath them. Yeah, I mentioned at the end of last episode how this defense looks like a JUCO versus NFL. That apparently still is the case. Well, if we can get at least one more score in this one, we would have at least tied our highest point total of any of our games so far. If we get a touchdown, I think we would set a new record. So there's at least some things to still play for in this one. As we send Johnson in motion, he'll take the jet sweep, quickly stick that foot in the ground, get downfield, picking up the first down close to the 40, or I should say up to the 40, as we'll hit the hurry up here. Just have a single high safety. We have to be able to take advantage of it. But so far, we haven't been able to find anyone downfield yet, and that will continue to be the case. Need to at least give our receivers an opportunity to make some plays here or not make plays. But at this point, quarterbacks are kind of doing it for us. Throw to the outside. We're going to find Max Williams. His first catch with the team is a first down. Try to see if we could set up a little bit some RPO here. As Budda Baker comes down, we'll see if he crashes. And if so, let's toss it over the top end. It's actually a catch for the rookie. Nakua? Maybe? Nakua? Let me know how to pronounce it down below. But he ends up stealing that one away from Jones, who had the pick earlier. Let's actually move this line off to the right-hand side as they do bring down Budda Baker once again. As they do also bring the blitz, we have to throw away, but not enough time. You could ask for a horse collar there, but none given, and Ngakoue gets the sack. And that'll also send us to the 4th quarter, where once again we are down massive, 32 points. Just looking for anything, really. And on 2nd and 21... it'd be nice to find something pop up here, as Johnson did have a little bit of space for a second. He ends up making the grab. Just kidding. Williams knocked it free. So close to a big play, yet so far. As on 3rd and 21, send some guys downfield, see if we can find some space. Williams actually does find that space and will truck through a player, get the first down. That's what we love to see. He's getting a chance to get out there, make some plays with the injury to Akers, and hopefully be some bigger plays as we move along. Look for Johnson to that left side, and that should have been a touchdown, but it was overthrown once again. Honestly, even if these throws were just slightly better, we could be in this game right now. The offense, while obviously not being fantastic, could be a lot better as the rookie gets the grab. A flag comes down. We'll have to check what it is, but for now, that's at least something to celebrate. And they actually called DPI on Byron Jones. It is a touchdown to the rookie. Rookie to rookie. Make it 42-17. Now, I'll have to confirm at the end of this game, but I'm pretty sure that's the most amount of points we've scored in a game so far. Unfortunately, it's just also in a game where we've currently given up 42 points, most of which is our offense is actually giving it up. That tackle attempt from Jones is just horrendously bad. Zeke will easily get up the field, setting him up at the 39 with that kind of tackling attempt. Much better that time from Jones. Actually looks like he's ran a tackle drill or two. And on 2nd and 9, they'll come out 2 to the left, 1 to the right, and Ertz actually slightly spread to that right-hand side, though they go back to Zeke, who has the space, and another first down. Durant lays as big of a hit as he can and will actually force Zeke out at the 36. But I definitely can't wait till we get past the midpoint of this season and can finally start to take a deeper look at the next draft class, as Durant once again, solid tackle in open field. Though Zeke just needs 4 more yards to get to $150 on the day. And he's also gotten involved in the passing game. Either way, we'll take the little bits that we can, as Kyler Murray might be in for another touchdown. No! Great tackle there from Fuller. But Murray has scrambled 8 times and has 134 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. So just not a lot to hang our hats on in this one. As it's a 1st and goal, they will hand this one off down the middle, and Zeke will walk in untouched. And the Cardinals will make it 49 points on the day. And with about 4 minutes left, let's see if this offense can grab any more points. Moral victories at this point. And we at least know our main guy in the receiving game is Johnson. So let's continue to try to set some plays to go his way. As we'll swing it out to him once again. Gets by the first defender, by the second, by the third. And we'll step out at about midfield. I don't think we've been able to get a single reception to Julio on the day. We did get obviously the touchdown to the rookie, but it's mostly today Ben Johnson as we look to go his way once again, dropping it in. Bennett can throw some decent passes. It's just the consistency that we need. But for right now, Johnson getting all the looks as we're down to the 27. Haven't taken a whole lot of time off this clock. Gonna roll. We can actually end up running here. Get the block from the rookie receiver, and Bennett will scramble in. It's not just Kyler that could run in this one. We're getting some scores in, finally. And as the Cardinals retake the field, Elliott just needs 39 yards to hit the 200 mark, which would make it 2 straight weeks that we've given up 200-plus yards to a running back. Yardage total, and he gets about 10-plus there. Last game was Swift. This time it's Zeke. We're making these mid-80, low-80 overall running backs look fantastic. As he'll pick up 6 more there, 2nd and 4. With a heavy look, Murray under center. We'll hand it off. Zeke dodges the big hit. Durant, I will say, impressive as Marquise Brown. Bit shaken up holding that maybe elbow. But yes, I've definitely been impressed with Durant since he switched to that free safety spot. He's been playing that role really well for us. As a pass to the outside will be a 1st down Dortch. I would love a chance to get our offense back on the field without giving up a touchdown or any more points here to the Cardinals. This is a weak side run, and Jones can't get the sure tackle. Luckily, we have Williams there to help clean up, as it's 2nd and 7 inside the 2-minute warning. Expect a lot of just straight Zeke here, and a big hit there from Murray. We finally land one of those, and Zeke definitely feeling it. Though he is able to get on his feet, and we'll head out there on 3rd and 6. See if they run him or if they go with a pass. A lot of teams like to just keep stacking up these yards, but they do hand it off. Zeke takes another shot with about 1:15. We'll call a timeout. We want the ball. But it'll be a long field goal attempt here for Prater. Be about a 55-yarder. We'll see if he could hit. We don't get anywhere close to it, but it's wide. It had the distance, just the accuracy off. We'll start at pretty good field position. Though obviously it's not going to be for a chance to win the game late, as we're down 49-24, but just a chance to put 30-plus points on the board. That would be fantastic. With a little bit of some play action, we'll have the tight end. Going to find Hopkins, who picks up the 1st down and gets out of bounds. Trying to be able to just run some slightly different plays, different formations. See if we could get something going late on here as they do send the blitz. We'll go with a dump off. Going to find Julio for the 1st time. He'll get the 1st down and a few little bit extra as well as we hit the hurry up here. We'll flip formation though, setting the 3 off to that left-hand side. See if we could find maybe Johnson to that front pylon. Not a great route ran there. Looks like he stumbled around maybe at the top. Granted, he's had a lot of looks go his way. I'm sure those legs are tired. 30 seconds left. Back to some play action. Try to find some space across the middle. Maybe could have went somewhere earlier. Maybe could have went somewhere later. We'll dump this one up. Going for Williams with the grab. Shakes the 1st defender. 19 seconds left. Calling that 2nd timeout. We saw Bennett try to buy some time earlier on this game. It ended up being an interception. That time it worked out beautifully. As we're just going to make a slight change to the play. Bringing the guy in on the outside. Roll. See if we could just wait, find some time, find some space. No, we'll throw it away. Now on 2nd and goal. Still looking for the end zone. Lofted to that back corner, overthrowing Williams. 8 seconds left, possibly 2 downs. Love the zig out wide to Johnson. Great route that time, and it will be another late touchdown for us. Finally, we've put 30 on the board, and it's primarily been through the air this game after the injury to Cam Akers. Well, let's just see if we can keep that momentum going. Let's try to make it 32, just for fun. Els will hand this one off Williams, and he's close. They say no? We can't challenge it. It's inside the 2-minute warning. We'll at least jump into an instant replay here. Looking about straight down the line here. Williams. Oh, that one is close, but I think they actually got the right call. Let's switch just a little bit. Let's take a look at this front side. Does that ball cross? Yeah. I think that ball crossed. I think that should have been a 2-point conversion. And for a little bit of fun here, let's see if we can manage to get an onside kick. I don't know if I've ever recovered an onside kick here in Madden, and that one goes straight for Wilson. They'll actually have a couple seconds left if they want to pop a shot, but it looks like they'll kneel this one out. Either way, the silver lining is offense scored points in this one, and it was through the air, surprisingly, with Stetson Bennett and Johnson leading the way. Unfortunately, though, it is still a loss, as we have yet to win a game this season. And against the Cardinals, that was probably our best shot. Now from here on out, it's going to be upset alerts until we meet the Cardinals again later on. It's at least a closer margin of a loss. 19 points, 49-30. Now, lucky, unlucky, kind of depends on how you look at it. All the injuries we had in this game, they're not going to be long term, but Cam Akers will put him out for the next 4 games. So we're really going to have a chance here to see if this passing game that we saw come alive today can actually do well moving forward. Fortunately, that means that we are losing who was the heart and soul of this offense. Now we're going to have to rely on Johnson, Stetson Bennett, maybe a little bit of Nakoa? I really need to look up his name before the next episode. But yeah, we're going to have to rely on them. And it'll be a potential good way to test it. Against the Steelers, though, with TJ Watt coming off the edge, we're going to have to find a way to get these balls out quickly. So who knows if those developing crossing routes are really even going to be available for us next time, though. We should have Isaiah Wynn back, and we'll match him up against TJ Watt. We also have a breakout opportunity for a DB, and I could only imagine it's a Debo, who had a pretty good first half. Second half, obviously, the game kind of got away from us, but they really didn't go to his side, I feel like, all too often. So Debo, I feel like, has been good. Some of the new signings that we brought in, they didn't get exposed immediately, so potentially this team is on the correct upwards trajectory. We have 2 weeks left before the end of the trading period, and potentially we might end up doing some trading. See what we could bring in for maybe some 4th round and lower, maybe 5th, 6th, and 7s. We'll see what the possibilities are. Seeing just if there's some talent stuck down deep inside some other teams' depth charts, is we need to get a jump start on building this team towards the future. A lot of the guys, I've said this a few times, but a lot of the guys that were on the Rams to start this season, I didn't think that they had the right skill set to properly develop. I felt like a lot of the guys were solid backup guys. And that's kind of why we've started to bring in some other guys, move some guys around. Honestly, I feel like at the end of season 1, there might not be a whole lot of original starters left on this team, or at least in the starting rotation. So if there's some guys that you know who are stuck down on some depth charts and you would like to see them added to the Rams, let me know down below. And also, while you're down below, make sure you're sticking around. Hit that bell icon either in the bottom right, or scroll down and hit that subscription button next to that bell icon, which you should also hit so you're notified of when these videos go live. This series is posted every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, with Wednesdays and Saturdays being the state-only challenge, currently the Virginias. And then obviously, as I've mentioned a couple times, the highlights posted throughout the week as the shorts. I also have them on TikTok and Instagram if you prefer using those apps as well. But all of those highlights might even include some lowlights with how hilariously bad they've been. And the long form videos, a lot of content coming towards you guys. So I hope you all are enjoying, and until next time, where we have a breakout opportunity playing the Steelers, and who knows if we're going to make any more roster changes. We'll see you then. Bye.